I just went to another event, Venturing with Amanda meetup, and that was really nice. And that's done. And everybody has dispersed. I was going to continue on with some of the people that I met with Venturing with Amanda group. However, my van is having some issues and it's not acting right. Hopefully I don't get stranded in the desert. That would suck. I'm trying to figure out what's going on with it. It's having some acceleration problems. I can go 40, but then when I try to go above that, I'm just getting like almost like air. My RPMs are going up to like between 3 and 5, and they're just like jumping sporadically, and it's not really accelerating. Like I can push it down to the floor and I'm not going. And then I was trying to figure it out around one of the turns here, and I guess it accelerated, but it was a delayed acceleration, which was really, really weird. It was a 35-mile-an-hour zone, and I guess I got it to 52. And as soon as I did that, I don't even speed. I'm really just having issues with the acceleration. Get pulled over. Cop was coming the other way, saw me, and hang on. Sorry, Cooper was tangled. So yeah, so a cop was coming in the opposite direction, and they told me, they said, yeah, we saw you, but it didn't make any sense because you were kind of going a little bit sporadically, like slower and faster and slower. And I said, I don't know what's going on. I said, the vehicle's not accelerating correctly. I'm having issues. I truly am having issues. She goes, well, just so you know, we clocked you going 52 and a 35. And I'm like, I'm sorry. I wasn't intending to. I mean, I don't have anything, on my license. I'm not a reckless driver, and I don't speed usually. And I really am having issues. They gave me a warning, but then told me not to get it fixed in quartzsite. They said, try to get someplace else, do not. And they reiterated that a few times. And they were adamant, don't go anywhere around here. So we'll see what I can find. I put in a couple of different Facebook groups, some like Nomads helping Nomads, etc. And hopefully I can link up with somebody. Also in the quartzsite BLM land, I said, anybody out here, a mechanic or can help me. My engine isn't throwing any codes right now, which is good, but it's not giving me an answer either. So I'm hopeful that I can figure it out, or somebody else can figure it out. And I realized with the 22 van that I have, there is no place to check the transmission fluid. I guess the way that it's made is the transmission fluid is underneath. One of the guys was telling me the coolant reservoir. I see the brake fluid, I see how to check the oil, I see how to check the washer fluid. But I guess the transmission fluid they put underneath. I don't know. Isn't that beautiful behind me? It really is. Look. I should screenshot that for a picture. Anyway, I don't know. I'm gonna hope for the best, and that's about all I can do, because I can't really prepare for the worst, because the worst is a huge financial burden. Not even a burden. It's something I just don't have. I don't have the means to fix something major, and I don't even think that I have friends and family that could help with something major. So I'm gonna keep my fingers crossed, try to think positive, and hope that it is something that I can get resolved with a little bit of help, and as inexpensively as I possibly can. But right, because I don't want to do anything dangerous either. Anyway, so we're just going to take a walk around tonight and enjoy the night. It might be our last couple of days in quartzsite. I thought about going up to, what is the name of that place? Oh goodness, it's north of here. And my brain has stopped. Lake Havasu. One of the girls at the other gathering had said, hey, why don't we caravan up there? I haven't been yet, and I'm okay with that, but not with a vehicle that's not working. So we'll see. There's also Ironwood. Maybe I'll go out to Ironwood. Ironwood's going to be happening at the beginning of February, and I was invited, of course, to go to that, and I am part of that Facebook group as well. So we'll see if I make it to that. It really just depends on the vehicle and my timing. But then after Ironwood, I would have to head back. So we'll see. We'll see how everything plays out, because always several things in the mix, and we just have to see how it goes. Sorry I haven't posted lately. It's just that I've been so busy, and I've been really truly enjoying my time with everybody. I've gone from like one group of people to another group of people to, you know, I don't really get very much time to myself, and I'm so used to having that, you know, sometimes it's just nice to enjoy a couple hours to yourself, or maybe a couple of days. And I'm sure I'll get that on my travels back, because I'm not planning on traveling back east with anybody. You know, I like the caravan. I would have no objections to it. There's just nobody left. Everybody's already headed back. So it's just me and Coop. At least from the original caravan. Other people are out and about. I met a lot of YouTubers. I've met a lot of YouTubers and a lot of nomads, just people on the road, people that come out here to Quartzsite and they stay for the whole season, the winter season, because they're doing that, I think it's a 6-month thing from September to April, and I think it's $180. It may be going up to $600 next year. Personally, I still think $600 is still great for 6 months of a place to stay, and I think they have, like, if I'm correct, they have like pit toilets and a water fill station and a trash maybe. Yeah, don't quote me on any of that because I'm not sure. I didn't look into it because I didn't really have a desire to stay here for 6 months, but some people really do. So anyway, it's just beautiful. The sunsets here are absolutely stunning. As you can see behind me, yeah, they're pretty. There's no doubt. And I've enjoyed my time with everybody. I've enjoyed my time from the ladies that I came out here with, to the people that I met with adventuring with Amanda, her meetup, to just the people online that I've been talking to that are hopefully going to help me with my van. We'll see how it all plays out, and I will keep you posted. If not, I guess I will be living here by a cactus, and you know, if you're ever passing by, say hi. Anyway, check out the mountains. Well guys, wish me luck. I'm headed to Parker to the Ford dealership and service station to see what's going on with the van. It's not acting right, and I could use some positive vibes. By the time you see this, I'll know what's wrong. But still, I could use those positive vibes right now, so hopefully you're vibing with me. It's not wanting to accelerate correctly. You know, I press on the gas, it doesn't want to go, and then all of a sudden it kicks up and goes, and you know, I would rather not get pulled over again. Sorry, I'm just watching the road coming out of the wash. Bye, Scat and Wash. See you later. Till the next time. I don't think I'm coming back to Quartzsite anytime soon. I think I'm going to continue on once we figure out the vehicle issue, and hopefully it's nothing major. Fingers crossed. I'm going to stop and get some gas, and I'm going to get some water, and I'm going to take some trash out because all of that is on the route. Taking 95 up, and it says it's going to be about 45 minutes if I was going straight there without stopping, and if I could go the speed limit. So we'll see how long it takes. My appointment's at 11. Hopefully we can get there. I realized I actually never finished this part of the video. By the time that I left Quartzsite, I stopped for gas because I needed gas at that time. And I wasn't sure, to be honest with you, what was going on with the vehicle, because I've had absolutely no issues until this, and I've only had the vehicle for less than a year. And I thought, well, maybe it's bad gas, maybe it's a dirty air filter, maybe it's, I don't know, it could be a sensor, it could be just dust. It had been so windy in Quartzsite, and it also, the dust out there is something I didn't anticipate, the amount of dust. Just by opening your door, everything is coated. It doesn't matter if it's blowing wind or not blowing wind, it's gonna be dusty. So I underestimated that entirely. But, so I didn't know if maybe it was just something dirty, and I couldn't get to the air filter because I didn't have tools on me. Long story short, I filled up the tank with gas before I left Quartzsite. Drove up to Parker, and I was there about 10 minutes before my appointment, and I called them because the vehicle was running absolutely fine. I don't know. I can't explain it. I don't know if the fact that it had rained that night before in Quartzsite, maybe that, I don't know, dust somehow, but I don't know what the rain could have actually touched, but maybe it rinsed something off that was clogged in some manner. Maybe when my vehicle accelerated the way that it did around that turn, it blew something out, or it bypassed something, or I don't know. But the way that it did that around the turn, that was something else. Anyway, so by the time that I got up to Parker, it was acting totally fine. No issues whatsoever. So I called them and I said, hey, look, my vehicle's been acting fine. I have an appointment in 10 minutes. I I don't know what to do because I don't want to pay 175 bucks if there is no codes being displayed. And the vehicle is now acting fine. So for them to just say, well, we don't know, and bring it back when it does it again for 175 bucks, no. So, and I'm sure I need an oil change now too. And all that stuff I'm going to take care of now. Replace the cabin filter, the air filter, do the oil. I may even see if it's time to rotate the tires. I don't know. I mean, there's less than 10,000 miles. Is it time to rotate the tires? How often do you rotate tires? I don't know. But anyway, I may do that too. I'm just going to take care of this because, you know, it's my home. So I mean, not that I wouldn't take care of my vehicles anyway, but you know what I mean. Anyway, stick to the topic at hand, Beverly. It was acting fine. So I called them up and I just told them, you know, it's working fine. I don't know what to do, but I'm going to go ahead and cancel the appointment. And I noticed that there is another Ford dealership with service station in Lake Havasu, which was an additional 45 minutes away. So after driving that 45 minutes up to Parker, no issues, I said, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and try. I'm going to head 45 minutes up the road to Lake Havasu to see how it does. Because I just wanted to run it some more. Let the gas get through it, actually run it, because I wasn't running a lot when I was in Quartzsite, to be honest with you, until I went down to Yuma and then back up, but then it was having all those issues. Maybe it's gas, maybe it was just bad gas, I don't know. And I might not ever know, to be honest with you. Before I got to Lake Havasu, I was texting with Mindy with his Divine Mojo, and she said she was going to come up and join me, and we were going to go ahead and camp up there, which was great. And you're going to see that in the upcoming video now, because I've had no issues since. A couple of times, and I'm not sure if it's me just thinking it. Maybe I'm like, ooh, but it's not doing what it was doing. The vehicle still has a governor on it, so it's still restricted at a certain speed, but I'm able to still go, you know, that speed. I'm still able to go up to 70, you know, 76, I think, miles an hour. Put my foot all the way down. But when it's an 80, you're putting your foot all the way down. Well, better at least try to go 74, you know, normal. Rambling, sorry. I am tired. I'm going to put this video out. I was going to skip over it, but to be honest, I don't want to skip over it because if something happens with the vehicle, you know, maybe it'll be me and maybe it's just a warning, and I hope not. But, you know, I also thought it would be wise to tell people things that I wish I would have done and had. So I did reach out on different forums, and then I actually ended up talking to Pete at Gracie's Garage. You'll remember him when I did my solar panels. That's where I was. And he's been, you know, he's very knowledgeable. He's got his own garage. He's very helpful to me all the time. And I just asked him what he thought about it. And he reminded me that I should have a powertrain warranty on the vehicle because there's less than 60,000 miles. He's right. I do. I checked the VIN and I do have that powertrain warranty. So hopefully if there is an issue with the transmission or something of that nature that is larger, it happens before the warranty expires. Although I just don't want there to be anything at all, to be honest. But it did bring me into that, hey, while on the road, there's going to be things that come up. There's going to be emergencies, whether it's a vehicular emergency or somebody passes away or your dog gets sick or you get sick or you hurt yourself. There's always something. I mean, we all can hope that none of that happens, but the truth is that anything can happen at any time. And it's just kind of part of life, to be honest. Things do happen. So one thing that I would definitely recommend for everybody, including myself going forward, is to actually have an emergency fund. I did not have an emergency fund when I set out on this trip. I'm going to be honest and say it. I would have had to I call everybody I know and hope for the best and pray and beg, and I don't know, maybe, I don't know what I would have done, to be honest with you. I'm just very grateful. I'm learning the difference at 49 years old to be noticing thankful and grateful are different. And I'm grateful. I mean, I'm thankful too, but I'm grateful that, you know, I did call Pete. I did listen to that. I did say, you know what, I'm going to take it up for $175, get it looked at. And I knew that. But if it would have been something major that's not covered under warranty, I don't know what I would have done, to be honest. So going forward, I'm going to make sure that there is an emergency fund, which is going to be coming from part of the stuff that I just get rid of out of my storage unit, because I just need to. And I need to have that in the back pocket just in case, because there is always a just in case. You know, I have 3 kids. What if something happened to one of them? I'd want to be able to get to them, or a plane ticket, or a hotel if the vehicle breaks down, or God forbid somebody hits you. And I know these are all those doomsday things, and nobody's supposed to talk about them or think about it, or, you know, I'm not trying to wish any bad, you know, things upon myself, that's for sure. I'm just, Cooper's now trying to play with my hairband. So the camera may move. I just want to be prepared for the what ifs better than I was this last time. I'm grateful that everything had worked out this last time, but truthfully on the road, anything could not work out. I do have AAA. That would have helped, but would it have helped me if I was out parked where I was? When I pulled over, I pulled into one of the washes. What if I wasn't able to start the vehicle and I was 1.5 miles in? AAA wouldn't have came out there, and if they did, it would have cost me more because I was not on a paved road. Do take those chances anytime you go off boondocking like that on BLM land. I mean, it is one of those things that just, you got to be aware of. It's not like Cracker Barrel parking lot you break down. They're going to come here, you know, and it'll be covered under my AAA. At least to tow me and, you know, jumpstart me, or, you know, get my battery or whatever, my keys, or if I lock myself out, you know what I mean, the normal stuff. But I just want everybody to be aware that, you know what, things happen on the road. It's inevitable. At some point, something is going to happen. And I think that the best defense is to be prepared. It's not to wish for anything, and it's not to think this particular thing will happen, but it's to know that, you know what, I have enough money to get it to a mechanic, get a hotel room, you know, at least, you know, for a couple of days. And I think it's important to have that. I do. You know, because it's a whole lot different when you're going across the country, when you have a few dollars in your pocket versus not having that. That peace of mind in itself is, sorry, Cooper's now moving because he hears the birds. So he had to do that against the camera. So have that peace of mind going forward. Take that extra time, take those extra measures, work that extra bit if you're working, or sell something if you're, you know, downsizing, or just put that nest egg away, because it is really important. So, you know, what would I do if I was stranded? I mean, you know, I have family I can reach out to, but I can't really reach out to them. Nobody's going to be able to fix my engine. Or, I mean, nobody's going to be able to, you know, help me with thousands of dollars. It's not that nobody has that, you know, that I know. I mean, they may have it, but they're not going to give it to me. Just want everybody to know that, you know what, just be prepared. Things will happen. I am fortunate. I was able to go all the way up there, past Parker, past Lake Havasu. I was able to camp with Mindy and spend a great time with Mindy. I think we were together for like a week or so, just the two of us, which was awesome. Because we just got to, you know, really connect and have some laughs. And we met Mr. Mark, who was actually camping in his pull behind camper. And we just really enjoyed ourselves. And then we were able to go to the next meetup, which was Ironwood. And now heading back across the country and back to the East Coast. I've had no problem. I do trust myself. I don't think of myself as, you know, a damsel in distress. You know, does it concern me that I'd be on the side of the road with my dog somewhere? Yeah. But do I let it eat at me? No. I can't live like that. And to be honest, I used to always be that person that would be worried about the what ifs, to the point that I would drive myself and everybody crazy, because I would borrow trouble before it even happened. I would think worst case scenario all of the time. Me being prepared is one thing. Me almost pushing myself into that negative space is another. I won't push myself into the negative space, but I also wasn't prepared either. I did take a chance. I took a big chance by going out there without having those things and that security. And it's something I won't do again. Just because I want to have it. I just feel like it's important. You know, now there's always going to be things that are going to be outside of my means. Don't get me wrong. I still can't afford to fix an engine. But you know what? Like I said, at least maybe I could find a cheap motel or a hotel or something for a few days. I don't care. You can be resourceful even with that. I'll buy a tent at Walmart and go to a campground. If it saved me the money and I had to fix something, there's always a way to get yourself out. Now, you also have to rely on people at times to help you. I was very appreciative to the people that reached back out to me within the forums and stuff that I posted on Facebook, and everybody that had offered to come out to help me. You know, because there were people that I had never met when I posted it saying, hey, they'll come take a look and all, but it just got me thinking. One, I'm in the middle of the desert by myself on BLM land with my dog, with a vehicle that wasn't acting right. And if I let somebody mess with the vehicle that I didn't know, they could truly disable the vehicle on me intentionally. And I wouldn't have known any different. And I don't know why that rang in my ear, but it just did. It just did. It was one of those things that just said, you know what? Everything's probably fine and you might be overthinking it. But even if they have no ill intent, maybe they're just not knowledgeable and they do something that leaves you in a worse position than before. Now you're stuck out here and having to get it towed out of here. You know, I went through all the scenarios and I thought my best bet was get back on the road. And if it broke down before I got there, I got AAA and I could tow it to that dealership. I had a plan. Having a plan. You don't have a plan until you need to have a plan, but you should have a backup support, which is a financial support for things that do happen. And I do think that that's important. You know, I just do. Something. You know, because even if you don't have it all, maybe if you have part of it, somebody else can help you with the other part. So just don't leave yourself in a situation where you are totally dependent on somebody else. I am one of those people that truly believes that most people are good people. And my heart tells me to believe that. Whether that's true or not, who knows? I'm not one of those women that lives in fear. I'm not scared of men. I'm not scared of being alone. I'm not scared of, anything of that nature. Because I'm very aware. I stay very aware. And, don't get me wrong. I mean, if somebody actually tried to get in here, it's going to be a fight. I'm not saying that I'm she-woman, but it's going to be a fight. And of course I have things in my vehicle that are going to protect me. Of course I do. I'm not going to say that I don't. And you should too. Anyway, side tangent. All is fine. I'm still doing fine. We are now going to fast forward past that. And now the next thing you're going to see is us going to Lake Havasu, and Miss Mindy and I with Divine, I keep saying with Divine Mojo. She is Divine Mojo. That's her channel. Her channel is Divine Mojo. And her name is Mindy. And yeah, that's where we're going to pick it up at. But I didn't just want to leave you hanging because truthfully, I kind of left myself hanging because I put myself in limbo of, hey, hopefully everything is going to be okay. And let's just see. Well, so far so well. And I'm watching Cooper now looking at the water. So have a good night.